Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan, the only podcast where we vote for independency. I'm Atlas Novack. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino, the Genetic Marvel, and I spelled independence wrong. Haha.
Yes,
suck
you did.
it.
I'll fix it for the actual episode. It's fine.
Just say it's the Canadian version. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Joey, I saw Joey's comments, but for some reason they deleted. And Joey, that was the thinnest I got before I came to seeing you guys, and then I packed on weight for like 3 weeks into it. But that was, I felt too thin in there. It freaks me out too, so that's why I have been. I saw that and I was like, I like thin Dino, but also I need to be more muscular. So that's what I've been doing. It's fun.
I watched 1776, the musical on it's Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. He's John Adams in it.
Yes.
The same actor. And then like I was they're like, what did you do today? And people are like, we watched Independence Day. We went and did this at the celebration with my in-laws and stuff. And my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, who are like, they do musicals every year. They're in a local theater troupe. They're like, I've never seen it. I'm like, why? Everybody fucking knows 1776. Like,
I mean,
yeah, I didn't understand.
You guys have a unique relationship with your independence. Let's be honest, okay?
Yeah,
and it's very much a part of your identity. Stella Wasp says hello, Stella. How are you?
The idea that I had was to like we each tell the story of independence for our respective country of the US and Canada, but Canada is in like a weird, like, you guys are part of Eurovision now.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, are we? I don't know.
It was like Ray said, they're like, Canada's part of Eurovision now. So
Australia gets into Eurovision, and you're like, what are we doing here, guys? So this is the Olympics of song, apparently. And you know what? Everyone needs to calm the fuck down, because the problem is it's kind of like how like the World Series of baseball only encompasses
just the US and Canada
and one team from Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's so it's like, listen, is it the World Series? And the thing is, because there's an entire culture in Japan around baseball. Like it's a massive part of
the Dominican Republic and like,
right. So it's like, are we doing the whole world, or are we saying, okay, everyone other than the guys who have a thriving industry and everything's fine, okay, so everybody else gets to participate in the world, and you're kind of going, okay, well, that doesn't seem very fair either. It's very confusing.
I mean, wish people, because like you'd think from the World Cup, which is going on right now, which involves everybody, but baseball doesn't have that same kind of
violence.
Well, not violence, but just like that level of fandom in countries the world over. Like soccer is the world's game.
Baseball is like some of the world's game.
Yeah, like, and I think just because it has more moving parts, bat, ball, gloves, I
think it's like every country plays soccer, then half of them play basketball and the other half play baseball. Like it's kind of a mix. That's that pyramid. And then there's going to be and then you have specialty countries like hockey, Northern Hemisphere. That's just you got to go north. North is where you're going to play hockey. That's how it is. It seems like a fair hierarchy. No, this is the thing, is like the story of independence of every country is it's always an interesting read, right? Like, because after the fact, you kind of like there's if you really want to do yourself a favor, is go back and look at like news articles and stuff. You can find them sometimes at really big libraries. They'll have them on microfiche. Do you know what a microfiche is? You know what a microfiche is, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So microfiche is essentially technology before technology was technology, right? Mm-hmm. So they would miniaturize things, and then it would just blow up, and you would be able to use these knobs to move it around, because it was essentially like a screen. and it would show through. But you could see stuff from way back then. You can see how different people's perspectives are versus like how history is written now, where certain things are excluded, other things are included. It's quite a thing. What did you just send me? What is this?
5 countries have declared their independence from Britain, and I just sent the picture for it of the
Love
year because it's every
fantastic. Yeah, yeah, it's
pretty much every continent except Antarctica has some kind of Independence Day from Britain because the sun never sets on Independence Day. Apparently,
there's only like 8 countries that have not been conquered by Britain. Yeah.
Well, so most of it is in South America because of the whole like Spain, Portugal stuff from the Inquisition days, and also the different like countries in Africa that got conquered by the other European powers during this
yeah. All right, so here's the I have it blown up on the side, but this is the poster we're talking about. Everybody,
look at this. This is so many.
The years of every country's independence from the British Empire. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of information,
Yeah.
And like when you go through it, you're kind of looking, going like, let's see, when did it all start going? When did it start going sideways? So we have 1776. Right?
Yeah, and then you have a long time before it keeps going.
Yeah. Then you have Ireland, 1922. Okay.
And also, what is that? Is that Egypt? At the top of Africa there?
Yeah, it's Egypt. Is 1922. Yeah.
Well, because
so Ireland and Egypt started the problems.
Yeah. Well, because World War I, everybody is like beat the hell up except for the US. That's like as we're going on our rise economically. And it was just too hard to hold those countries anymore. It's like, we lost an entire generation of men and we can't subjugate you as much. And then that slowly starts the wheel moving faster and faster. Also, like with decolonization. That's not to say everything was like rosy after they left, but just slowly starts.
Trinidad was. Oh, hold on. Alicia, can you tell me what the flag looks like for Trinidad? Because
I'm gonna guess it's the one with
in the area.
With the
trident. Is Trinidad?
Right?
Sorry.
Is that the one with the trident on it? Hang on. Trinidad.
I thought it was the flag. Red with the black line through it.
Nope, you're right. Red with the black line through it. So that's
1962. Yeah.
Sorry, I was focusing too much on the tri part of Trinidad.
No. I grew up with guys that were from Trinidad. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm still friends with quite a few of them. So
we had a couple of Jamaican kids in school when I was growing up. They were fun.
Yeah. But like most of so there was Ireland and Egypt, and then after that was Canada, which was after the First World War. Which is like Canada stepped in and caused problems for World War I people, okay? Because Canada was like, we were like, hey, we could use your help. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'd love to help. And then they're like, no, too much help. This is bad help. Don't help us. Please don't do this. And then everybody got into order real quick. They got into order real quick. And then we're like, listen, maybe we should just be friends for a little while. Just kind of separate. We're not gonna, and we ended up being independent. Yeah.
Like Germany did something called the Zimmerman telegram. Because a lot of people are like, the US entered World War I because of the sinking of the Lusitania. That wasn't the thing. It was just like, we're not too happy with Germany after that. But Germany sent this telegram to Mexico that was like, hey, buddy, you want to team up and take down the United States together? And that's not completely out of the ordinary because there are a lot of German diaspora people in Mexico. That's why you have things like an accordion in folklorico music. There's a lot of blonde Mexicans, like it's in there. That's not completely out of the ordinary. But after that got sent to the United States by Britain, they were like, oh, okay, time to take the gloves off. Good afternoon.
This is good afternoon, Victoria. This is the funny thing is like the whole idea is that it's a like when you read up on like stories of things that happened during World War One and World War Two, you find out like there's heinous stuff. I've had uh, fortune to be. I was in a hospital room for like 3 nights, and for all 3 nights, I was able to hang out with the. I was It was a split room, and the
Mhm.
guy there, he was 14, and he enlisted in Britain to go in during World War Two, and he was in the
Oh,
Philippines and stuff. And I'm like, huh? Like I was, and the wild part was I was currently reading books by E.B. Webb,
okay.
who it's he does like kind of a OSS type stories, but he covers like details from the war. And I'm like, this is the thing is I never like growing up, I didn't know about what happened for the rest of the world. I knew what happened in
Oh,
Europe because
oh,
I'm
like the
European.
Pacific Theater. Yeah.
Right. So, and then I traveled to China, just randomly. It was a whole thing.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, do you guys go to Japan at all?" They're like, "No, we don't like Japan." I'm like, "Really? You guys are neighbors?" And they're like,
Yeah,
"Do
I
you know
wonder
what happened
why.
here?" And I'm like, "No." I go,
Yeah,
"No, I don't." I go, "I know what happened in Europe because I'm European. I don't like
yeah.
it's
See,
before my
like
time. It's before my parents' time, right?" So,
that's interesting because like the Pacific Theater is what's focused on in American education, and the main reason for that is that's what we joined first. We got
yeah,
bombed at Pearl Harbor, and then
yeah.
we're like, okay, fuck you, and then declared war on Japan, and then Germany declares war on us, and then we have to kind of split our
So,
attention.
yeah.
But with the Pacific Theater, my grandfather, my mom's dad, he was a minesweeper.
Oh,
Um, so he would like go ahead of he was at the Battle of Saipan, which was like
yeah.
while they were doing the island hopping, he had to go ahead of these tanks that were like made to like go up on coral reef shelves and make sure there weren't any bombs planted. Uh
Yeah,
Surprised I exist to be
yeah.
to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. That was bro, that's awesome. That was the
Yeah.
one thing that the guy that I was in the hospital room with, he was
Mhm.
like, when he goes, "I never only once was I in a situation where I was gonna, fire my gun in anger, and it was a dog. I didn't have to." It's like, "I can't I was just a dog, no problem. Everything's fine." Like, it's he goes, "So he never had to," but he goes, when the surrender of Japan was happening, he goes, I don't know if this was him just, you know,
Mhm.
was it taking false valor kind of thing?
Oh,
But he
okay.
was like, he goes, I didn't know what was happening, but we were like, hey, he goes, I was in a boat and they were
Mhm.
like, hey, you need to fuck off on, for this day. And then we're like, what do you mean? They're like, you got to be past this point or you're going to have problems. And they're like, what do you, they're like, just fucking shut
Just
up and
trust us.
move, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, that was weird. He goes, that was, you saw it and you were like, oh, this is a bad thing. This is a really bad thing. Like I don't know what is happening right now, but that is terrifying. I assume it would be the similar feeling you would get to watching a volcano go and being
Yeah.
too close, and you're just going, oh, ooh, this is
Yeah.
bad. This
'Cause
isn't. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Yeah.
they dropped leaflets on, Hiroshima and Nagasaki being like, "Hey guys, we got a really big thing. You should probably leave." And of course, like a bunch of people didn't because
Sure.
why would you
Yeah.
trust that? It's
Of course not.
propaganda from the enemy.
Hmm.
And then it happens, and yeah, the sun drops on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is like that, and that was the thing. He goes when the surrender was happening, he goes, you couldn't, he goes, you looked up and you couldn't see the sky. You just saw planes, just planes on top of planes, just thousands, just you
Mm,
couldn't see up. He goes, and then he goes, if you wanted to get to shore, you could just go from, you could hop literally from boat to 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 shore. Because you
yeah.
didn't have to, like, it's just, there was
You
just
just
so
walk on all
much.
the yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, he was one of the most insane things I've ever like experienced. And not knowing, like, and also he goes, I was a kid goes, so like, he's like, I have no frame of reference for any of this stuff. And at the same time, I'm thinking this is
Yeah.
just how life is. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, man, this is one of the pivotal moments in society and history for gonna be for a while, you know?
It's like all those
But
jokes about, like, if you gave hot Cheetos to a Victorian child, their head would explode.
mhm.
Um, so that level of, like, "What the fuck am I seeing?" You know?
Listen, this is how the world is weird. So you make pasta, you've made pasta, you know how to make pasta, yes? Okay. Do you
When
salt
you
the
say
water?
make pasta, do you mean
Cook
from
it. Just cook it.
scratch or
Nope.
cook
Nope.
it?
No.
Cooking pasta.
Yeah. Cooking pasta. Do you
Yes.
salt your water? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
How much salt do you put in the water?
Some. I don't. I'm not measuring it. I'm just
Say
doing the Salt Bay thing, right?
Like I'll do like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
okay. You know, it's not
Yeah.
much. I would say
Yeah.
probably like 2 tablespoons for a pot of water.
Mhm.
Is that like
Yeah, something like that.
so? Then I saw a bunch of chefs. They asked them the same question, like fancy like TV chefs. Okay, every one of them was like half a cup. Like put their hand in and was like, whoa, that much salt. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're gonna die if you eat that way. That's. But it's that mentality where I'm like, oh, that's an unreasonable use of salt. You just being like that. That's crazy that you're not adding more flavor. You're just adding more saltness. Like that's insane.
Yeah. Also, it raises the boiling point, so it just takes longer. Like,
yeah. I was like, that's a stupid person who's like, go just add more. Like, don't add more.
No,
you're doing it wrong. Anyways,
I take a lot of my cooking advice from my lovely wife, who
knows how to cook.
classically trained as a baker. Like, she gives good advice, and she's just like, just a little. It's
so
supposed to taste like
seawater. No, it's not. No, it's. I don't know. Hey,
no.
If you cook with seawater, you aren't gonna feel great. I'm just letting you know. Okay. That's why it shouldn't be.
We've been here for a good amount of time. Allow me to tell you, the Canadian, the story of American independence,
I love it.
last minute history style, and I will try to be as like not stupid as possible. So after the 7 Years' War, which you also participated in, Canada, on the other side though, after that war, everybody was broke. The UK was broke, even though they won. So they were like, hey, colonies who we spent a lot of money protecting in the French and Indian War, that's what we call it over on this continent, we are going to tax you a little bit because we need to make up for that. And then everybody who lived here was like, go suck a lemon. Fuck you and your taxes. It started a little bit with like, okay, here's the Stamp Act, which is like any piece of paper related thing, cards, printing, whatever, boom, gets a stamp on it, and you got to pay for it. Then you have things like the Sugar Act, which is things like molasses, rum, and so on and so forth, to the point where a bunch of people throw some tea in the harbor because fuck you, Britain. Yes, that's 1773. And that is like the tensions in the colonies are like rising, right? This didn't happen overnight. This happens over a period of like almost 10 years. 7 Years' War ends in like 1763, and the like revolution part doesn't happen until soon. So 1775, people are heckling the redcoats outside of a building in Boston. They start throwing snowballs and rocks and oyster shells, and somebody freaks out and they fire their guns. The Boston Massacre. 5 people are dead. John Adams,
massacre? I don't know. That's a little
future president John Adams defends the redcoats as the lawyer.
Damn.
And he gets them acquitted. They are, because it was an accident. That's what it's deemed. But even if you're correct, that doesn't necessarily like fix everything. So eventually, it turns into the UK. Why do I keep saying UK? It's Britain. There's no United Kingdom.
There's no United.
I'm just so used to saying that. Yeah.
There's Britain, that's most of the world, and then a few other countries. They're just around. But
yeah. So after that, outside of Lexington and Concord, outside of Boston, like a little small town in Boston, you have patriots and militias and redcoats meet at dawn. And in the commotion, because they're yelling at each other, someone fires first. We don't know who it is.
Someone
fires first.
Why were they meeting in the first place? Like for a rumble? Like they were gonna.
Britain had already like revoked Boston's charter.
Oh.
So it was like, you can't govern yourself. No more like you're gonna say fuck you on the taxes. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
no more government for you. We're sending our soldiers to rule you directly.
Right.
So that's where most of the like the revolutionary fervor is around, like in Massachusetts, around Boston.
Okay.
So Lexington and Concord is 1775, and it's this like little skirmish where like the patriots are, I keep saying patriots not in a patriotic sense, but like that's just what I'm calling them because they're not Americans yet, right? And I can't say Massachusettsans, like it's very awkward.
All I want to do is mess with you and call them like, you mean like Jan Sixers? Is that what you want? The Patriots?
Rebels, yeah. So they're like firing on the redcoats as they're retreating, right? Because they don't have the manpower or the firepower to take on the British, right? You saw that
guerrilla
map.
Tactics. Yeah.
So
yeah, it was an unfair fight to begin with, not on us. You're like, that's fair.
Yeah. So it just turned into this thing where like Britain starts like having to like head back to Boston, and they're just being fired upon by all directions by people coming out of the woods and stuff. And they get back to Boston.
Yeah.
And then the rebels surround Boston and stay there. And then it turns into a stalemate where they can't storm the city without getting immediately blown to bits by the British. And the British can't break out because they're surrounded. And they also have heavy artillery. But the rebels know that the British are going to send reinforcements from the sea.
Right.
So this has a time limit. At around this time, the Continental Congress in Philadelphia sends what's called the Olive Branch Petition to King George, like, hey, man, I know you are pissed off at us, but we just want to have representation in your parliament, please.
Right.
But by this point, he already found out about the battles at Lexington and Concord, and he's like, fuck you and fuck your petition.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
pretty reasonable.
So, so they the Continental Congress elects George Washington to be the commander in chief. He heads up to Boston. And they and as he's heading up there, he gets there. It's like, wow, this is incredibly unorganized. You all suck as an army. And fair, it's a bunch of farmers with muskets. Meanwhile, Benedict Arnold, that one, goes by himself to go try and take Fort Ticonderoga up in New Hampshire. He runs into this guy named Ethan Allen and his little army called the Green Mountain Boys, and they take the fort because they attack it by night, and they're like, haha, we got you.
Right.
And Henry Knox, who Fort Knox is named after, gets oxen to drag the cannons from Fort Ticonderoga over the heavy winter to Boston. And they set up the cannons around the heights, and the UK is like, fuck, you got us. And they leave.
Right.
So we won in that first battle. This is before like everyone goes 1776. This is all before that happened.
Yeah.
This
is all just leading up. This is just shenanigans that are eventually going to lead to war.
Yeah. This is like, technically shots have been fired. People have died. And I skipped over the Battle of Bunker Hill. It doesn't matter. But they, Britain comes back in 1776. And I did do an episode about this of Last Minute History. We have a playlist on our channel of Washington getting his ass kicked up and down New York.
For real?
So you can go watch that. But the short of it is that like he is losing badly, and that is when you have the Second Continental Congress being like, do we declare independence or not? Because we're losing badly. And eventually how that ends up happening is Washington like escapes by the skin of his teeth by nature. Like fog settles in, and he's like, "Bye," and like jumps across the Hudson into New Jersey and escapes. In December is where you get that famous painting of him crossing the Delaware, because that is him going, okay, this is to show that I'm not down and out completely. Is attacking these German mercenaries across the Delaware River, and like giving like a decisive defeat to the British. The like decision of independence was made back in July of 1776, and that's where the musical, if you want a good approximation, watch the musical, because it wasn't just like a foregone conclusion that these people were going to go, okay, we're going to declare independence as a nation. It's never been done before from the British at the time. And they were just like, so it was a lot of arguing and a lot of like, we either stand together or fall alone.
Well, what like I like to put a perspective on this was like the taxation that caused this war was 1%.
Yeah, 1%. It was like barely anything.
And that's the thing is like it's very important. I think that those details are relied on, because you're like, so like up here, people are taxed almost when you factor in like income tax, property tax, sales tax, this tax, whatever tax, it ends up being like 60% of our income is going towards taxes. And you're like, hey, people overthrew a country for 1%. And now we're sitting on 60%. Just and saying, like, that math don't math to me. But,
we can come back to this topic on like a later day if you want me to talk about more about the war or
taxation without representation.
Let's
talk about taxes.
But like that's pretty much where the story of our independence is, and it was very much a lot of arguing. If you go watch the musical, there's not very many songs. Most of the play is them debating this topic. And it's really cool and interesting. So that's the story of American independence.
I want people to realize that what Atlas is saying is, if anything, Hamilton needs more musical, more songs to make it even better.
I was going to say Hamilton is all music. There's no dialogue. Like
none.
No, like the only thing where it's just
they
people
sing, argue.
That's kind of. What do you mean the debates are rap battles? 1776 is the opposite, where it's like mostly talking and there's a few songs. Like,
okay, that's fair. I would never watch either of those. Just Victoria. Hey, one of Victoria's friends was like, "I'm gonna get tickets to Hamilton. Do you want to get in on this?" And I'm like, "I'll drive you guys, and I will dress up, and then I will leave, and you guys have a great time, and then I'll pick you up afterward."
Go and see
they're
Hamilton.
Like, do you not want to see it? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about any of it. I'm like, I don't. Like, I'm at this weird point where it's like, I like learning about history. I don't know. I don't feel like history should be entertainment. Do you understand what I mean? Like, history is entertaining. I don't know if it should be entertainment, but at the same time, it's a good way to communicate to people who aren't entertained by history by plain information kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that Hamilton is a lot more like, it's more trying to tell a good story using historical characters than trying to teach you history, because it it editorializes a lot of things for the sake of the story. And 1776 is pretty much just the story. Here's the history. Like,
well, and this is the thing is, in 50 years, are people going to use the details sung about in Hamilton as markers of personality for those characters, when you're like, oh no, that's actually a play? Like there's,
I don't
this
think
this
so,
is why
but...
so let's be honest, let's be very clear, is if in the late 30s, early 40s, someone made a musical about somebody and gave it what's the word for it, a little more personality and things, you'd be surprised how much easier it is to manipulate people, right?
Definitely,
because they're like, they're just a person too, they're just like me, you know.
No,
they
it's
were the little guy fighting for freedom, and you're just like, This is called propaganda.
Yeah.
101.
The Onion put out a documentary, well, because it's The Onion, but yesterday, where it was like America, Birth of a Nation, and when they're like showing pictures of the founding fathers, it's their paintings, and then for Alexander Hamilton, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like, I was like almost peeing my pants laughing. It was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but that's
and
that's a hilarious joke. But like you and I both know, is the best jokes become reality.
Yeah.
Right. It's the shoes in Idiocracy. That's like it's that simple. And then you're going,
the stuff
is
about
bad.
the Crocs,
This is not good. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I mean
it's like our last week's guest, was it Refashioned Hippie? Was she was saying how like, and this is true, is that Crocs weren't made for Idiocracy. No. The set designer or the wardrobe people were like, okay, we need the dumbest shoe possible that no one would ever wear. Like, it's a ridiculous thing. And they use that because they're like, no one would ever, that's what they found. And they're like, we'll use it. Perfect. And then all hell broke loose. And that's a weird part in history where people are like, well, yeah, they're just comfortable. And you're like, nope, that is not a sports mode shoe, friend. Like, that is, it's a whole thing. But like, it's life and art are so very tied together. It's one of those things where I'm like, because when like, it's bad enough that the victor, the victor gets to tell history, right? And the victor goes to spoils, and they get to tell their version of history, right? That's why like reading newspapers from back in the day and stuff about when things happened is a great way to kind of see how things change, because not all change is bad change, right?
Yeah. I love when people are like, well, what if they were trying to like fool people in the future? I guarantee you people weren't thinking that way.
No. Yeah. Now they are. Right now they are.
Now they would.
Not back then. Yeah. Back then there were called rules that said you couldn't lie in those fashion. Like the news couldn't lie. They can embellish, they can make it grandiose sounding, but you couldn't lie. You had to have factual information, right? And this is the same with government and all sorts of things. There were laws in play that made people have to tell the truth, and it's made things a lot harder to get away with, right? Yeah. And then the funny part is, just in time where the internet started to become a thing, where you would have a lot more access to information, is suddenly being able to lie was no longer illegal. You're like, hey, that's a weird thing to go inside, This is. Can I ask you a question? As the let's be honest, as number one, okay? Not in like education or happiness, but like you guys are number one, okay? Whether you like it or not. And then knowing full well the historical significance of 250 years of an empire, right? Which arguably that's where you're at, right? Is, how does that, because you my friend, being where you are, get a unique perspective in how things are going, right? How do you, because like Canada isn't even independent, bro. We do not share the same perspective of what that means. Also, not number one. I think we're number one in maple syrup.
What is the 1931 then? If it's not like, was it becoming like
Confederacy? So
okay.
We have representation throughout the. So this is watch how stupid this is, because I didn't know this growing up, because I'm like, being raised Jehovah's Witness, I didn't vote. I still don't vote. I'll be honest with you, because I think it's stupid and I think it's. But that's my own personal opinion, because none of it makes any sense. Because like I said, if you the way things are, there's no way it could work. So up here, there are certain rules and regulations with regards to how you get elected. So even if you get the most votes, if you don't have supporting people in that environment, you'll technically have the seat, but you can't actually do stuff. It's really complex and stupid.
That's very.
But then on top of that,
odd.
It's super odd. But on top of that is we have a governor general. So the prime minister runs the country at the behest of the governor general. The governor general is actually the person who's in charge, and they report to the king. And
Okay.
technically, the governor general can just do whatever the fuck they want. That's
Okay.
they are operating on behalf of the king. So it's very weird. Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So
Great. Yeah.
wait, what was the question you were going to ask me? Because that was a lot of preamble.
Is how seeing things that they are and knowing other empires last around this amount of
250
time,
years, yeah.
Right? How do you, from your perspective, how do you feel? Do you say, hey, technically we weren't really a superpower until we were a superpower, and that's closer to like 150 years, maybe closer to 200-ish, but like,
well, we were still like trying to do empire stuff since like James K. Polk, our 11th president, like,
yeah.
So, you know, when empires fall in the modern day, they usually end up getting healthcare. So I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't.
It's great. That's bro. The fall of an empire usually ends up in healthcare. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, like,
you know what? That's the most millennial shit I've ever heard in my life. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we're so used to just like every 5 seconds, oh my god, here comes another disaster, right?
Yeah. That's which
millennial.
Is like that's the thing is you're constantly in the state of trauma, and that's how you get people who drink to get to sleep. You get people who beat children. Like that is a toxic environment. It's war spread out over decades. That's what it is. And you end up in the same place.
It's part of why millennials are so like, the gentle parenting, the coddling your children thing. And we're like actively trying to avoid that. Sometimes to our detriment.
Listen,
but I think if in the modern day, if an empire is falling, like I'm not sure if you're paying attention to American politics at the moment, but the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, which is like center, arguably center right in the grand scheme of things, but that's our left wing. The like leftist left wing of the Democratic Party, the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA, is having like a big moment right now. That's what Zoran Mamdani is. He's a Democratic Socialist. A bunch of candidates he endorsed got there, like primaried these like entrenched like big D Democrats, and it happened in Colorado too. Like we're having a big moment, and it's because everything fucking sucks. And for people like Zoran, it's like, I want to fix things, and I'm going to fix those things. And not just be like, you fucking idiot, you can't elect people who, enact policy, that sort of thing. Now pay us $20 to make sure fascism doesn't rise. The restored states of America, the new capital is Minneapolis, and the White House is in the Metrodome. Haven't you guys seen the Postman? I'd be pretty down with that. There have been jokes about like if the empire, if the empire falls apart, and then like, California, Oregon, and Washington become one thing or join Canada, that'd be pretty dope. Like,
hold on, Postman. What came out first, the Postman or Waterworld?
Waterworld was the 90s. I don't know when the Postman came out.
Postman was 97. So I stopped watching Kevin Costner at Waterworld. Never watched Postman.
Okay.
And then I'm back after seeing him in Yellowstone and Superman.
I've never seen the Postman. I've just seen Waterworld, which is pretty fantastic.
I'll be honest with you. So I'll tell you this much: your explanation of what is a big moment sounds horrible to me. Just I want to be very clear on that, because there's a lot of weird shit happening. Right. So this is the thing: is I will 100% agree that you have to do things you've never done to get somewhere you've never been. I will agree with this wholeheartedly. It's a reasonable statement. Yeah. It's very, very accurate, because you just didn't like Waterworld because you don't speak Portuguese. That's 100% correct. Hey, I could understand half of the dialogue, and I was like, this movie sucks, because I had Portuguese friends, and they're like, I can understand. If I'm like, you guys don't even have a language, you're Portuguese, you just grunt, you're not people. And we got into an argument. Postman is low-key so good. Have you ever been to the post office on a scale of enjoying the post office? Where are we at? Because if you enjoy the post office, then and the postman, I feel like those are two things that we don't agree on. That's
I don't
my
know.
opinion.
Post people, post men, post women, are nice people usually. I've never met
Sure.
like a jerk ass postman. And
True.
the post office, which like I've seen the DMV, it could very easily be the DMV. They're
Sure.
usually pretty like it's a very neutral experience. You know?
I don't have a problem with the post people. I have a problem with the post office. Is there's better ways to do this, and you choose not to, and that's fine. You're allowed to, but
are you talking about because like why was it this close and then it went further away from me before coming to my house? Because I've had that question too.
100%. But also too is like, listen, they've created an environment where you're going, hey, having people carry the mail is actually a good thing, and people are like, oh, we're losing money. I'm like, yeah, because it's a service. The post office is not being used to its full potential. Yeah. And then people complain it's not making money. No, it's not there to make money. It's there to provide a service for the whole country, right? It creates a unified experience. I don't care about it losing money. I'd love it to make money. It's not going to, because that's the people who make money are Amazon, and Amazon's the devil. Yeah. I still have Prime. Like, don't give a shit.
Also, Amazon would not be like, I guarantee you, if the postal service was not a thing, Amazon would not be delivering to rural addresses. Full stop. Like, So the postal service, you have to give them credit for like, you know, the rain to dark of night, whatever. Like they go everywhere as they should. It's the same thing with like during the Depression. A big part of like trying to get the economy going again was they like gave electricity to the South. Like a lot of homes in the South just didn't have that. Didn't have that infrastructure. And like I guarantee you, if FDR was not the president through the Depression, they probably still would.
Well, so you have to understand that I am a government worker, so I empathize with my fellow. So that's the thing is, I don't think government workers are bad. I think government work is bad. That's the problem, is, right? You understand what I mean? Like it's the Ohio DMV is you're now we know you're fucking lying. Okay, we fucked up giving people in the South things. They are we. Listen, but that's the thing is government work. And not new systems, but older systems, such as the DMV and things like that, are using outdated processes and systems that don't make any sense, right? And the thing is, there are other countries that are doing things better, but because we're not developing in-house systems, we just use the old way, and then we're buying technology. Like that's not how this works. It's either our system or not. And the problem is, like for us, we have more land than we have people to maintain it, right? And that's why we have the Great Canadian Wilderness. It's a great place to go. So, but that's the whole idea, is that having a functional system, you shouldn't be operating it profitably to provide the service. That's why taxes fund it. It is an expensive thing, right? It's the same thing with healthcare. Healthcare is expensive. You don't have to gouge everybody. It's already expensive, right? A doctor should be paid a very good wage because they have a very extensive skill. No question about that. Do they have to be making $10 billion? No, that's insane. And people who do make $10 billion, yeah, great, man, you won. Fuck off. Leave some for everybody else. It just doesn't make sense, right? And that's why, like, I know that things have to get worse before they get better. But now it's like, now they're not just getting worse, they're getting weird. And you're going, well, hold on, why is this happening? Why does this make sense? Right. And also too, is everyone else, like, think about it this way. The French lost in Vietnam. Why did you guys go? Doesn't make sense. Okay. It's a very
to try and like something about communism.
Hey, history has a way of repeating itself regardless. And in all honesty, the things that I see that are happening, or at least that are brought to my attention, are terrifying. That's my honest opinion.
Imagine having the second most land in the entire world and the 38th most populous country, and saying you don't have room for housing. The Canadian government is fucking at you.
They're the worst. They're the worst. You understand? Hey, this is the problem, and this is not only your politics, is my politics, is people stopped representing their constituency and started representing who is paying them money. And the fact
Yes.
is that politicians, they deserve a per diem if you're in your seat. If you're not in your seat, you get nothing. Having a paycheck, essentially, you're giving people the right to do whatever they want for as long as they want. They don't sit in the chair. You ain't making money. I'm sorry. That's the job, is representing me, right?
2 Republican senators were missing. So one of them was gone for like a couple of weeks, and then he was like, I checked myself in for depression. Okay, that's fine. People have depression, but if you're not, if I call out of work too many days in a row, they fire me. So, and then Mitch McConnell, 84-year-old Mitch McConnell, who like rat fucked us 10 years ago, has been missing for 3 weeks, and we're pretty sure he's dead. But
hey,
his staff is not confirming that.
Do you remember the guy, Mole Man from The Simpsons, who drops his pants and then goes, "Oh my Willie ain't what it used to be, ain't what it used to be, ain't what." That's Mitch McConnell. That's Mitch McConnell. And there actually it wasn't Mole Man; it was somebody else. It was one of the other old people. But like
something about a turtle, yeah.
100%. You're like, no, why is that person representing anyone? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen a human person watching someone function at 80 years old? I'll tell you right now, is fucking terrifying. Okay, because if you don't have, this is my personal experience. Okay, as a very fat man, knowing that I couldn't move like an 80-year-old, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die. I gotta change my life. Right?
Yeah.
Even Victoria and I have we've talked about it. We have not started doing it. Was lie down on the ground and get up every day, once a day at least. Just lie down flat on the ground and get up. And it's just that idea of understanding how your mobility functions in an emergency. Just lie down on the ground, controlled environment. Lie down on the ground and get up. And it's messed up. History does have a way of repeating itself. People with the most guns or weapons always win 100% of the time. I mean, you're not wrong. So as we celebrate American Tuesday, I have nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing. You're good. It was Jasper who sang that song.
Also,
was it Jasper? There you go.
Joey, go back to the thing about the people with the most guns or weapons. We were literally just talking about the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, we were. But
we did not have the most guns or weapons.
No, I think
the reason we won is because of what's called Fabian tactics or guerrilla tactics, right? Where you're not directly confronting the British, and they were just being a huge pain in the ass, right?
Can I ask you a question? So,
yeah,
understanding that I'm a firm advocate that if you want to hear the news or history about a country, you should hear it from another perspective other than their own. That's my personal thing. Like if I want news about Canada, I will look at like Al Jazeera TV, and they'll tell me everything I need to know. And so you know that there's a I guess conspiracy theory you could call it, was that the United States didn't win. The British actually just retreated because they had actually used up a huge source of what they were doing, and they had actually made an agreement with, I forget what it was, one indigenous nation, and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna this is no longer making us money, so we're gonna fuck off. And that was like, there was a whole thing, right? So it's America didn't lose, they just became such a nuisance that the British were like, we're not even going to make any money anymore. We're just going to get fucked. And so
that's exactly what happened.
Weird, which is it's a very, and also the best part is that they're like, we're just going to leave you with coal, and they're like, we made diamonds, and they're like, fuck, damn it, which is hilarious historically. That but so we had the most weapons. I mean, I feel
he's calling the tactics a weapon, which fine, whatever, but.
SWAT, special weapons attack.
No one wanted to die for Philadelphia. And then also, like after that, the Britain is like, okay, well, let's go attack China instead, and that worked out pretty well for them.
I mean,
like
for a lot of people, really
that's why the Opium War started, because they're like, shit, we just we lost a very lucrative colony. What do we do next? It's
very, and that's the I think the cool part about history is like, luxury of being able to see how it worked behind the scenes. Like I wish people weren't as secretive with the truth, is my opinion. I love all my UK friends. That's because you're a red coat, Joey. Let's start calling him red coat. Still getting used to Canadians. That's fair. We're very polite, not nice. That's the misnomer. We'll punch you in the face and then say sorry. It's just how we do things. It's weird. I don't know. What did you guys do? So you were saying that you guys set off some fireworks and everything. That is also fun. So we had Canada's Independence Day is July 1st. Okay. We're not independent, so I don't know why we have an independent. So it's really just Canada Day. It's like, yay, Canada. It was a few people sent me videos of like public areas that like people traditionally congregate to watch fireworks and stuff like that. And it didn't look like how I remembered it, if that makes any sense. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to go to that environment. That just seemed very it didn't look like a fun time. People were kind of abusing the area and like too many crowds and stuff. Like it's weird. Like the thing with Canada is like, why is this a place or a country? I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was mostly controlled by the Hudson Bay Company, and that was our like peak time in history. Like we controlled beavers.
Yeah,
I mean
those beaver pelts, man.
And that beaver pelts, we with an iron fist, bro. And Hudson Bay is now gone. It's you can buy. We were trying to buy some of the like they have old school traditional merch. One guy tried to sell me a canoe for like $4,000, and I'm like, I don't even have a canoe. Why do I need a Hudson Bay canoe? Then we went to check it out because they were liquidating everything, and they were like, these sheets are 75% off, and I'm like, bro, it was a 900 thread count cotton sheet, and I'm like, that's a good sheet. Let's see if 75% off, maybe it's worthwhile. I'm like, can I get a price on these two? They're both, this one's 60% off, this is 70% off. I'm like, she's like, oh, that one is $260 and that one is was $320. And I'm like,
after the discount?
I go, oh, and then you get the discount. She's like, no, that's with the discount. I'm like, oh, you can keep those. You can keep those. I'm gonna go buy my sheets at Winners. That's fine. Yeah. Just go to Homestead. I like TJ Maxx. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, whatever.
I'm not $260, 70% off, and it's still $260. Bro, that sheet set better jerk me off while I'm sleeping and also wash me. I should be washed and dried by the time I wake up, and the sheet just does it automatically. Okay. That's it's insane. Shouldn't the entire area just be unorganized, free to I'm with you. Like be 100% real. Most Canadians are just Americans pretending. I mean, there's it's just we're snow rednecks of America, you know. But then also you have to surviving the snow gives you a lot more knowledge. You can survive the heat because you just have to sit there and hydrate. Surviving the winter is not the same thing, right? So it's that's why you're like, there's a certain skill set. Intelligence is related to latitude. And then you're like, yeah, man, I just hang out all the time. Like, think about it. If you live on the equator, you not only don't really have to do much, but also it's not that hot. It's okay. You don't need to invest in a lot of stuff. You know,
there's like a whole subplot at the beginning of the Revolutionary War where like we tried to take Quebec and it did not go well.
No.
It's like Benedict Arnold and General Montgomery. So like cities in the United States named Montgomery are named after this guy. Went up there and like Montgomery dies during the invasion. A bunch of people get smallpox. And it's like, they all get pushed back to Fort Ticonderoga because they're like, okay, that fucking sucks. We're not going there again. Because Quebec does not take any like shit.
Oh no,
at all.
No. They're problematic. But yeah, Canada is just expensive. North Dakota with universal subpar healthcare. No, that's the thing.
Is Joey's kind of rolling into the racism territory.
He just hates that I have healthcare and it works for me. That's the problem. And so
I love that where they're like, but you have to wait
Yeah.
for healthcare. I'm like, so do we. Like, it's the same
there's
shit.
no.
I would rather not pay for it.
Yeah, like this is, and so this is the thing is, if you guys had insurance and then it just covered stuff, awesome. But you guys have insurance, it still doesn't cover shit, and they make you pay more. That's not a good deal. Like that, that's like quadruple dipping. Why?
Yeah.
Why am I paying for insurance if I'm still going to have to pay for this? Why am I having this debate? Why is some guy in an office saying, "Hey, I'm not approving that treatment. Yeah, I know your doctor said it, you needed it, but no, I don't think you do." Why? Who get immediately fucked? I am a war vet. I pay for nothing. So this is the thing is, like, as much of a burden Joey's service to the military was, they still give him health care. Like, listen, he didn't even do a good job, and he's like, still got health care, still got a job, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
and
like,
Joey definitely lit things on fire and lost things actively. There's no, if he still does, okay? If you compare what houses cost, it's a better deal in the States.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
Because it seems like for a lot of people, joining the military is the only like way to have upward mobility, which is probably on purpose, at least a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
So
also weeds out the retards. Just dumb people who, like, listen, you have to meet certain limits to serve in the military. And the fact is that if you are very low on those guidelines, you might have problems in the military, but you may be great. So, like, if I was in Buffalo, house is 210, the same house in Ontario across the border is 560. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why it's just systematic delusions are often quite deceiving. Also true. Healthcare isn't worth all that, in my opinion, at least. Nah, you're wrong. You know why? Because you're healthy. As soon as you're sick, trust me. Hey, if I don't feel well, I go, can I wait to talk? Can I call my doctor and go to him? That may take a couple days. Or should I go to the hospital? Yeah, let's go to the hospital. You know what? We had plans, but that's okay. Health first. You walk into the hospital. Oh, I have a pain right here. And they're like, okay, do you know what it's from? No. Do you have the pills you take? Here. Okay, we're going to do some blood tests. We're going to see what happens. We'll have somebody look at you. Okay. And you're like, okay, a few hours later, they're like, oh, yeah, you're just a fat piece of shit. You're fine. Oh, thanks. Okay, cool. Have a great day. You know?
I think the best part about this is like, is the story of independence just the crown just being like, whatever, it's fine. Or
kind of like, this is the thing is, you can't have nice things if someone else wants your stuff. That's the true thing. Like, right? If you don't, it's the whole idea of, I don't have nice things so people don't steal my stuff. And you're going, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because then you don't get to enjoy your life. But that's the thing is, to be able to enjoy your independence, you have to be independent, right?
Yes.
And being independent is a lot of fucking work, bro. Okay. I'll tell you this. So Victoria and I are on, I want to say strike, but it's more of a sabbatical from Uber, Uber Eats specifically.
Yeah.
So we will either go out and pick stuff up, or we will get stuff, or we will cook at home. And predominantly we try and cook at home. That's a lot of goddamn work. There is no end to fucking dishes. Okay.
Yeah.
I make one thing, I have to clean 7 dishes. Why? This system sucks. Okay. But it's a system, right? So, but that's the thing is, it's that hard work. And the better you get at it, like I do a whole set on this where I'm a quasi house husband for most of my time. And then I try and get side jobs and do stuff. The problem with being a house husband is it's giving me a different perspective, because it is 100% a job that you can do drunk. Like this across. So it's like, you don't, like, you just have to do stuff, but like, it's an active thing. Like all day you're like picking up stuff, putting it in order, moving stuff around, dusting, cleaning, sweeping, cooking, washing the dishes, wiping the countertop, just doing stuff. Right. But you can do most of that stuff like mildly inebriated. So it's not bad, but you got to do stuff. So, that's, if you want independence, be independent, and it kind of just works. You have to participate in the independence. My entire point. Like democracy is not a spectator sport.
Yeah.
You have to do things. Yeah.
Agree.
Huh.
Like so many people don't participate in primaries, which are choosing your candidate for your party. And then the general election comes along and people are like, well, this guy sucks. I'm like, then fucking be there the first time where you have all these candidates that are like vying for the position.
I mean, well, that's the insane part about it is that like in some way, shape, or form, we have glorified public service, and you're like, that doesn't make any sense either. And it's so breaking news: FIFA has rescinded the ban against Florian Balogun. He can play against Belgium. Listen.
I don't know what to tell you.
On a side note, in Mexico City this evening at 8 p.m., it's Mexico versus England, and that is okay. Just I want to put in perspective: that is a Franz Ferdinand type situation. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. No, like that stadium that they're playing in is really historic too. That's where the wave was invented.
Was it really? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, like that. So England versus Mexico is that is a literally ticking time bomb. And I hope everyone is safe and has a great game. And I hope England can survive. That's if they lose, they might not survive. If they win, probably less possible. It's been raining nonstop in Ciudad de Mexico. I mean, I think we should watch the Mexico. I mean, I think that's the first game I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to make time for this. Yeah, the fact
honestly,
that they are playing it when it's 1 a.m. in England is so fuck. Oh, England 2-1, book it. Oh,
like that's
okay.
his prediction.
Hey, yeah, I can only hope for 0-0. That's honestly what I want. I want 0-0.
My
0-0. Hey, that's the one time in soccer that I've ever seen that I want a 0-0 score. Because
why? Just because it keeps everybody safe.
Yeah, no one's gonna die. That's 100%. I'd rather people, you know what, afterward going, hey, everyone had a good game and 0-0, we're good. I don't. So I don't even know that when penalty kicks come into play. I would rather if it's penalty kicks, that whoever fucks up the penalty kicks is dead. They're not surviving the night. I'm just letting you know. So I think that game they should be like, hey, you know what, 0-0, we're gonna play overtime and then that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, 0-0. Leave it. Like you can't. That's not. And also the fact that it's being played in Mexico is that's a decision, man. And I don't jive. That's I'm rooting for the UK, of course, Victoria. That's because Victoria's racist. No, she's not. I hate them so much. Yeah. Imagine ending sex by playing high card draw and that chooses the orgasm. That's the same as ending.
Kind of. I like penalty kicks because it's got kind of a baseball quality to it, or it becomes like just a one-on-one with the goalie and the striker or whoever it is they choose. But
it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not that's going to be a scary, like I definitely want to watch that tonight. Also, no idea what's going to happen. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
the thing that bothers me the most about soccer is offsides, but we can talk about that another day because I've gotten in many an argument online about how stupid offsides is.
So you know what? Offsides make a little more sense in hockey, and then because it's about how to force fairness. It's a weird. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up? Don't give a fuck. Howdy, Atlas,
hello.
sir.
Yeah.
Atlas gets a cowboy hat. I mean,
I get a cowboy hat. That's pretty cool.
You guys, but I get a
howdy.
I got a howdy.
Yeah.
No, it's sorry we went a little early today. But I am tomorrow I am going to be working on this amongst other things. So it's called McFat, and my wife wanted it, so I'm building it.
Yeah. And then I learned
American.
that okay, I learned that I'm going to Oregon this week on the train, and
nice.
My train doesn't get back till like the evening. I don't think I can podcast from the train. So
we could try. We could try to do it from cell phones. We could do like a short one, like 10, 15
yeah,
minutes. Do you have you don't have privacy on the train?
Yeah, that's the problem. Like if I had a room to myself, I would give it a try, but it's just like coach. I tried to do the like bid for a room thing and I didn't get it. So
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We skip it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we skip it.
Okay, summertime is weird for that, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right. So thanks everybody for watching Generation Dan. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell your friends. Follow Generation Dan wherever those fine social medias are found. Follow me at Atlas Novack wherever fine social medias are found. But Dino has the comment up, so the names aren't there. It's in this area usually. There it is. Okay. Follow those everywhere, like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. You can check out my other show, Nexus at Night. That's every Friday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, 7 p.m. Pacific. And then if you are in the Azusa area on July 25th, the next Laugh and Sip show is up. Ooh. I will have the poster up for that shortly. How about you, good sir?
I'm right here, and I'm doing a lot of Lego. I'm kind of stepping away from food stuffs and things, so I'm doing more Lego and productive stuff. You get a double and Timbits. I love showing up to somebody's house with double and Timbits. The problem is I'd get like 50 Timbits, and they're like, "Why did you get so many?" I'm like, "I'll eat most of them. Don't fucking care."
Yeah. I love that it says Treason Day. You know what? That's not Treason Day. That's Independent. Throw the fucking picture up again for them.
Hold on. There you go. These are
Look at
all
the
of the
people who
years
declared independence.
People have declared independence from the British
Britain
Empire.
Specifically.
Britain specifically. So technically, it is Independence Day, and the Brits are just like, we call it Treason Day. I feel like they might have like a Treason Day every 3 days in the UK. They're like, this was then those traitorous bastards left
the
us,
sun.
You know?
The sun never sets on Treason Day. Apparently,
that's right. That is true. England declared independence from the EU. Good for. I mean, yeah. But it's a weird whole thing.
You guys have an economy the size of the state of Mississippi. Good job doing Brexit.
That's it. Yeah, the whole world has gone mad
because it's owned by the CCP. I mean, it's not great being owned.
What isn't these days? It's all. Hey, it's all owned by somebody. I might as well give them all a shot. Hey, I'm for sale. Let me know.
Yeah.
Anyways, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everyone.
Bye, everyone.